Hey ladies, how's it going? It's Christy Amison from Empower Fit. So yesterday I saw an email and a couple social media posts from one of my favorite fitness icons, Jessie Hilgenberg. And the topic of the video was diastasis recti. And of course, being a certified postnatal specialist, I hopped on really quick to see what one of my favorite gals had to say about diastasis. And I wanted to hop on today and give a video to supplement her information. I've provided the link for her video here so you can see, because there was a few things that weren't quite right, and I just wanted to clarify some of the information that Jessie was giving. You know, total disclaimer, like I said, she's one of my favorite gals, so this is absolutely not dismissing anything that she says. I just want to be a little bit more thorough with some of the information that she said and pinpoint just a few things. So first of all, she was talking about diastasis recti, which if you don't know, that is when the linea alba, which is connective tissue between our rectus abdominals, our six-pack muscles, during pregnancy, that linea alba thins and allows our abdominals to separate, to grow, to allow for the baby to get bigger in our tummy. You might notice I'm in the pool. I'm actually in Florida on vacation today, so if you hear lots of weird things going on, I'm not in Alberta where I usually am. Anyways, so it's very common for every woman who has been pregnant to have some state of diastasis at some point. Some of us are lucky and our abdominals come back together and they function properly after birth. Some of us, though, have a really big gap. That linea alba doesn't heal quite properly, and this can cause us a lot of issues. So Jessie was asked what's the best way to heal diastasis recti, and she started off the video with the best, one of the best tips for all women is that crunches are definitely not the way to do it. When you have a diastasis, when you have a split in your abdominals, if you're crunching, all you're doing is you're causing that split, right, to open up more when you're crunching. So you don't want to do that, okay? But Jessie went on to say that planks and twists were actually also a good exercise to do, and that's not really quite right either. Eventually those exercises may be all right, but for somebody that maybe has an especially extensive diastasis recti, even front planking, until that linea alba is starting to get more tension and the abdominals are starting to come together better, even a front plank can cause a lot of pressure on that gap and can cause bulging, and that's exactly what we don't want. So until we get to a point where we can see the abdominals functioning properly and that the linea alba is not bulging out, a plank is actually not something that we would recommend right away. And twisting is exactly the same way as the crunching. So if we have our gap, when we crunch, it splits. And same thing when it twists, right? When we twist it, it splits wide open as well. So we don't want to get any twisting either. So what we really want to focus on when we're trying to heal our diastasis recti is things like short-term side planks, okay? Things like pal-off presses, isometric. Jessie mentioned, pulling our belly button into our spine and really feeling that those corset muscles come together, and that's a great tip. We just want to make sure that we're not really crunching the abdominals and holding pressure. We want to make sure that we're doing nice big inhales and we're not increasing our intra-abdominal pressure, which can also cause bulging and not really get the effects that we're looking for. So there are many different exercises, and I think what I'll do is for the next few days I'll post a few different exercises that you can see to learn how to heal your diastasis recti. But whenever you're doing anything, you really need to make sure that you are not holding your breath, very important, and that until you notice that there's no bulging or doming in your abdominals, stay away from things like front planks. We want to just really focus on isometric holds, feeling those corset muscles come in together, nice deep breath, and going back to, if you haven't seen my videos on the core and floor connection breath, it's something very simple that you can practice, and it retrains our pelvic floor and our core to function properly. And it's very simple. All you do is on an inhale, you fill your entire body all the way down to your pelvic floor with breath while relaxing your pelvic floor and your abdominals. And then on the exhale, you're going to lift your pelvic floor and feel your hip bones come in slightly, creating that tension in the lower abdominals. These are our transverse abdominals, those corset muscles that Jessie talks about in her videos. And feel those come together slightly and then release. So it's an inhale, relax the pelvic floor and core, and then on the exhale, you're lifting the pelvic floor and feeling those lower abdominals and those hip bones come together. If you can practice that, that'll give you an idea of the tension and the feeling in your abdominals that you want to get when you are performing core exercises newly postpartum. So keep an eye on my Facebook page, and I will talk to you guys all soon and give you some more ideas and tips on exercising with diastasis. Talk to you later.